Self-gaslighting part 2. Last week we looked at how if we've gone through a relationship that included a whole bunch of gaslighting, whether it's with our parents or romantic relationships, how that translates and becomes our own reality. And we looked at how that works and how to unfuck that. And part 2 of self-gaslighting. What if we don't come from life-shattering abuse, horrible trauma? Our parents weren't narcissists, and we've never been in a super abusive relationship. Can we still gaslight ourselves? Yes. And we do it all the time. I do it. My friends do it. Every single one of my clients that I've ever had or have do it. Actually, my clients inspired these videos because I've seen consistently day in and day out people struggling with this self-gaslighting shit. And yeah, this does fall into the negative thought, the ant pile. But self-gaslighting kind of takes on a life of its own. It's its own topic.
Potty, she talking naughty. Here to help your trouble, she don't judge nobody. Even if you're not at your top and it's a lie, she try to make you see a different train of thought.
So let's get back to what it is. It is the process of constantly questioning ourselves. What we think, what we say, what we do, what we feel, how we experience the world around us. Always seeking external validation, struggling making decisions, self-sabotaging like a mofo, etc., etc., etc. So how exactly can this self-gaslighting sound in our heads? Is this all in my head? I'm being too emotional. I'm just a drama queen. There's something wrong with me. It's always my fault. I'm not like actually confident. Well, maybe a little confident, but I'm not like confident. But why, PMG? Why? I didn't experience horror. Why am I like this? The answer is actually pretty simple. There's an unconscious, not purposeful gaslighting that can happen with our parents and with some of our relationships. This isn't the kind that's consciously, purposefully manipulative, trying to break us down. Let me give you an example. When we were kids and something happened and we were crying, what's the one thing that we always heard, or very commonly? It's okay, shh, don't cry. We came to believe at some point in life, in history, that this was a calming, nice thing to say. That it was sweet. But is it? Let's break it down, shall we? First part, it's okay. But it's not actually okay for us in the moment at all. We are freaking the fuck out over not being able to find our favorite dolly, over not getting the blue cup over the red cup, the fact that we wiped out on our bike and fucked up our knee, our feelings that got hurt by the bully at school, etc. The thing is, we are hurting in the moment, so it's not the fuck okay, but we're being told it is. Confusing, mixed messages that definitely don't inspire self-trust in our feelings or whether or not they're even real. Next part. Shh. Silencing. This message is directly and literally telling us not to express our fucking feelings. Be quiet. How does this inspire us to feel safe and express our feelings? Or fucking figure out what they even are, which we do by feeling them, expressing it in a safe environment where we're not being rejected or silenced or judged. Don't cry. Stop feeling your feelings. Stop expressing your feelings. Stop. So we learn how to emotionally constipate ourselves. It's bad to feel. And if you're thinking, but that's not what they meant. Maybe. But when you're a kid with the brain of a kid, you took that shit fucking literally. And if you heard this before you were 7, you didn't even fucking have logic, let alone nuanced thinking. Then there's like the soft, calming, loving tones. But the words themselves aren't soft or loving. Mixed messages equals confusion equals ambivalence. Then there are like the fancy fucking add-ons like, there's no reason to cry. To them, because they're fucking grown-ups and don't give a fuck about what color their sippy cup is. Big kids don't cry over something like this. Shaming you into not feeling and acting older because we can't handle the emotions. Stop crying or else you're gonna make your father angry. Guilting. Threatening. If you keep crying, you don't get to play with your friends. Threatening to take away important connections, etc. You get the point. Now this is like subtle shit. Imagine all the blatant shit that you heard from your early caregivers and family members and the peeps around you, okay? Let that sink in for a minute. I'll wait. Note, this is not to blame our parents or early caregivers, okay? They were doing the best that they could. This is about understanding how where we come from has molded who we are today, and about learning a healthier way to be. So, what would have been a healthier way for our parents or early caregivers to have dealt with our feelings and emotions that could have prevented some of these ways of thinking and these ways of self-gaslighting? I will demonstrate. Meet Paddington. Hello. Today, Paddington will play the role of my child. Oh wow, I can see how sad you are. It makes a lot of sense that you're crying. I would be sad too if I was in your shoes. It's okay to cry. You gotta get it all out. It's good for you. Do you want a hug, or do you want to maybe be left alone for a little while, depending on age? And here's one that you might have heard that is good. Everything's gonna be okay. I know it's not okay right now, but everything's gonna be okay. It's good. It's okay. All we wanted back then was to be witnessed, validated, and loved. In fact, it's what we still motherfucking want. So, we have to give it to ourselves. Reparenting. This is the reparenting part of inner child work. So we say something like this to ourselves. Wow, I experienced something really hard today, and it makes a lot of sense that I'm so fucking upset. And then ask yourself, what do you need? I need to just take it easy. I need to be alone. Maybe have a cry, maybe write it down. Maybe I'll make myself a nice nourishing soup and read my book. Yeah, that feels good. And then go do that shit. Now, before we even get to this part, we have to become conscious and aware that we're even doing it to begin with. And like I said in the last video, it might be difficult to come to terms with the fact that we're doing something that's causing emotional self-harm. Remember, you are not an asshole or stupid for behaving this way. We're taught this. This becomes an unconscious, perma software always playing in the background. And it's based on what we know and what we've experienced. And this is not another reason to self-flagellate with. Okay? This is only to shine a light on something that still needs to heal. Remember that everything that we do helps us cope in some manner. So that can actually be a starting point for self-reflection. How has self-gaslighting myself helped? Why is this something that I rely on? What am I capable of? Or who can I be without self-gaslighting? Entries for your journal. And one of the simplest, most basic affirmations that we can start with is, my emotions are valid and I have the right to express them. 'Cause you do, and they are. It might feel weird, it might feel fake at first, I get it. But find that weird feeling in your body. Follow it into your body. Where do you feel it? Why does it make you feel weird? What emotion is under that weirdness? Is it sadness, anger, grief, shame? And whatever comes up, allow it to come up. Validate yourself and tell those judgy ants that you have a right to feel this and that your feelings are fucking valid. The goal is to slowly release these old ways of thinking and replace them with what we truly want: to be seen, to be witnessed, to be validated, mirrored back to, loved, accepted, just the way that we are. For more information on how to do this, please go back and watch part 1. It will be linked for you here. Remember, guys, you've got this. If you do the work, your life can change. Your whole sense of self can transform. You've got this. You can do this. I believe in you, motherfucker. Thank you so much for tuning in to my gaslighting series. This is 4 videos worth of gaslighting and self-gaslighting. I hope that this has all been super informative for you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If there's something that I've missed that you want to know more about, tell me also in the comments. I might be able to answer your question or maybe even do a motherfucking video about it. If you like this video, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to grow my tiny but mighty community. And if you found this helpful and think it might be helpful for somebody else, share it. Anyways, I will see you motherfuckers real soon next week with new videos, new information on how to unfuck yourself. And remember, you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. That's it. Okay, bye.